Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Be Perfectly Blended. If you've been here before, thanks so much for coming back. And if you're new, thanks so much for clicking on. I've got a lot of cleaning motivation as I am prepping my home, getting ready to go on a upcoming trip for a long weekend. So please join me as I get it all done. This is one of my husband's favorite mugs. Our son got it for him about 2-3 years ago. I've got a lot of dishes soaking here, as you can see, so I'm going to go ahead and get those cleaned up. I need to wipe down and clean the kitchen, and then I also need to do my dining room and get my living room all together, get everything wiped down, picked up, vacuumed up, and put away. It's time to get up. We're going on vacation. She'll get up in a minute, but I'm going to go ahead and start with knocking out these dishes. I'll start by filling up my sink here with some warm water and some Dawn dish soap with a little splash of bleach. And then I'll go ahead and give a little bit more Dawn so I can make some extra suds. Now that the dishes are over here soaking, I'm going to go ahead and scrub out the inside of my crock pot. I made some crock pot chili yesterday morning, so go ahead and check out that video. Anyways, I'm getting it all cleaned up here, and then I'm going to go ahead and put it over to the side here because I will be taking it with us up to the mountains. And then I need to get this pan scrubbed up nicely from breakfast. Now that that's done, I'll go ahead and scrub this side of the sink, get it all nice and clean. And I've got my pan over here drying along with the inside of my crock pot. And now I'm going to go ahead and sweep the floors. Before sweeping the floors, I did decide to give the dishwasher a quick wipe down. It had a lot of little drip marks on it. And then I went over and did the fridge, but I didn't film that. And now I've made my way over to the counter, kind of picking everything up. And I'm going to go ahead and wipe that down. Then that way, when I do sweep, anything that was stuck or on the counter will be on the floor. And I'll go ahead and sweep that up. I am not quite sure why I kept the dustpan on the broom handle, but hey. Anyways, I really just needed to sweep my kitchen floor because I just mopped it about 2 or 3 days ago. So it was pretty shiny and clean still, but it did need a good sweep. So now I'm going to go ahead and put everything back and move on to the dining room. It's funny because I feel like this dining room table is easier to keep clean. Obviously, it's smaller, but it just wipes off good. And just having the 4 chairs and not needing to wipe down the bench, it just makes it cleaning this part of my home so much quicker. As I'm over here, I realize, ooh, I need to clean off, there we go, my grandson's high chair tray. Now I'm just picking stuff up, putting things away. My dog has some of her toys out, so I'm getting all that put away and a few of the grandkids' things, just kind of getting stuff picked up. Once I finished dusting my entertainment center, I went ahead and got my extension duster out went over the television, and then I just started going and wiping down the walls with it, dusting the walls, the picture frame, and then I saw it right there, a cobweb. So I have to jump up here and get that down real quick, just kind of dusting around. Here's one of the pillows I got from Ross. That was in a Ross shop with me, one of my very first videos that I did when I was preparing to go to Hawaii for my 50th. If you haven't seen it, you should go check it out. Anyways, I'm down here dusting off my coffee table. And then I'll go ahead and move on to the couch. These are pillows that my dog uses. And I'm going to go ahead and take off the couch cover and get that in the wash. Now I'll jump up here and dust the walls up here. And I'm also getting this lamp dusting on the inside and then getting the picture frames wiped down up here. I'm sure there's another cobweb, and get all that cleaned up. And now I'll go over with a rag. I have a little bit of Pine Sol. It's a lemon fresh Pine Sol. And I am just wiping down the couch, just getting out any little extra dog hairs that might have got through the cover, getting it nice and freshened up. Moving on to the windows, I'm going to go ahead and get those nice and clean. The main issues with the windows right now are fingerprints from my grandson. He loves to look out and look at the dog in the backyard, and on the side window, he loves to watch the kids play outside. Finally, I'm going to go ahead and finish up the living room and dining room with some vacuuming, and then I'm going to take a pause to eat some lunch. Here, I'm just going to go ahead and give the couch a quick vacuum. Even though I wiped it down with the rag, I just feel like since I have the vacuum out, I might as well just go ahead and give it a vacuum as well. It's kind of cool because the head to my shark actually fits underneath all my chairs and my new table underneath the legs. So technically, I don't even really have to move them. Hey guys, I just wanted to jump on and say hi. I finally had to change. I was just getting too hot. I like to think it's because of all the cleaning I was doing, but I also kind of feel like I might have been having a hot flash. Anyway, so I put this on. I still got my same sweatpants on. I finished everything here, which is nice. I got it done before. I have both my grandsons today, one for a little while, and then my other grandson will come later on. So once I make the swap, I'm going to go ahead and run to Winco and get what I need to get. As I mentioned, we are getting ready to go out of town for the holiday weekend. I'm super excited. I do not have a lot to get, just a few items because my mom went to Costco, and then I already grabbed a few other things. So I'm just going to go get the finishing items that my mom gave me to grab from Winco, and then that'll be that. So this morning I got my house, as you saw, pretty much cleaned up. I have the crock pot. I made crock pot chili, as I mentioned earlier. It's in a previous video, so you can go check that out. But I just sat that there because my crock pot, the outside cover is underneath where I put my purse. So I don't want to forget those because I am making chili when we are up in the mountains. So I just want to jump in and say hi, and then I'll check back when we are on our way to Winco. So the Winco shop with me and haul for our trip did not make it in this video. It will actually be in my next video, so keep an eye out for that one. Here I'm making my nachos for lunch, and for those who don't know, I make these nachos basically every day I'm actually at home for lunch. Here's my lunch, right on time. My grandson's supposed to be here at 11. All right, go for it. Go for it. Yay! And yay! Good job! All right, well, my grandson is down for his nap, so I'm going to go ahead and take this opportunity to get my bathroom cleaned up. It's not too bad. I just need to clear a few things out, clean up after the kids got ready for school this morning, and wipe out the bathtub, do the toilets, you know, your typical cleaning of the bathroom. Safe to say the garbage can needed to be emptied. Here, I'm just putting some Comet in the toilet, and I'm going to let that sit for a while. And then I'm going to spray down my shower and bathtub and let that sit for a while. So while both of those are doing their thing, I'm going to come over here and spray down and wipe down the sink and the countertops. Now I'm going to go back and clean the toilet, get that all scrubbed up, and then I'll wipe it down. And then I'll balance the toilet bowl brush in there so that it can kind of drip dry a little before I put it back in its holder. Now I'll go back and scrub out the shower and get that all fresh and clean. And then when I go to scrub out the floor of the shower, I will pour just a tiny little bit of lemon fresh pine sol in there and kind of scrub that down. I just love the way it smells. Finally, I'll just wipe down the floors and work my way right on out of the bathroom. All right, I wanted to show you the fridge before we get ready to go. This is a magnet. Isn't it cute? I like magnets. That my daughter got. I had mentioned in a previous video that we had my grandson for a few days. She went on a cruise, so she brought that back. And here is how my fridge is looking before we leave, which I like it. I do have some eggs, but those will last. We're only going to be gone for about 4 days. And then, yeah, so much is gone. I do need to, I think we're going to bring that and make an apple pie because on the other side of the mountains, the apples there, that's what they're known for. I do need to throw away my jalapenos since I won't be making nachos. But everything else is looking good. I have some leftover tortillas. My daughter will be coming by with my grandson, you know, to hang out, kind of keep an eye a little bit. So I told her, go ahead and use some breakfast stuff. There is tortillas and a little bit of sandwich meat, some fresh bread. I told her she could go ahead and use that up. We do have a couple leftover bananas. My grandson likes those. But otherwise, nice and bare, just how I like it before we leave. All right, giving it one more final spray. Thanks so much for coming along with me while I got my house ready for us to go out of town for the long weekend. Please feel free to like and subscribe. Look at her sneaking up there before I got the cover put back on. And look forward to the next video where I will share my shop with me and Winko haul for our upcoming weekend. See you in the next one.